purpose for this peace walk is to just let people know, the community, the teenagers know, that they have a right to walk in peace. They have a right to walk without anybody following them. They have a right to walk without anybody causing any harm to them or killing them.
That's Sabrina Fulton, whose son Trayvon Martin was shot and killed last year. On February 26th, that's when it happened. That'll be the one-year anniversary. It seems so much longer ago in some ways. It happened, of course, in Sanford, Florida. I said earlier that today was Trayvon's 18th. It was actually 4 days ago, but today they commemorated it with the Peace March in which Sabrina Fulton and Jamie Foxx and others spoke. The second-degree murder case this case that for months riveted the nation's attention is scheduled now for trial this June. To find out how he feels about the defendant George Zimmerman's chances, we've invited his older brother Robert back to the program to spend some time with us this evening. Robert, welcome. So I just want to ask you this, kind of off the topic, but do you think that the current gun debate that's going on in the country, does it help or hurt George, in your opinion, Robert?
Hi, Geraldo. Thanks for having me back on. I think that talking about guns and gun laws generally helps, as long as we keep in mind the context that we're applying. In particular, this case and this situation, it certainly started a gun debate in Florida, and it started people kind of becoming aware of this, the notion of the stand your ground laws that we have in this country and what their implications are. But I think any awareness helps. I mean, people who carry a gun in order to defend themselves need to be aware of what could potentially happen in a situation where they are forced to defend themselves.
Mark O'Mara, your brother's attorney, a fine attorney, tried hard to get the judge to postpone the trial, but the judge refused, so it's going, as I mentioned, on this fast track in June. How do you feel? How does the defense team feel? Will they be ready with the trial now just a few months away?
I think that there are, the defense is kind of in a recalculating posture right now. I mean, clearly the premises that were enumerated in that motion presented truly do exist, and you can't just pretend they don't exist or wish them away. I think there was very compelling arguments made in that motion, and Mark presented very compelling arguments in court. Our family respects the court's decision. The defense respects the court decision, but it's going to be very hard to see or to foresee how that's going to be, how to comply with that decision when Mark is saying very clearly that he doesn't feel himself able to be ready in time to prepare a reasonable defense by June.
So is he appealing the motion? I don't think so, Robert.
I don't know that an interlocutory motion right now is the right way. I'm not sure. The defense is looking into it, but I think that perhaps the issue of having more time to prepare adequately for trial will have to be revisited in the future.
If he loses on appeal, I get it. I want to ask you, and I'm going to bring in Bo Dietl to also give us his opinion. Robert, how does your brother George, I know you can't speak for him, but the fact that, come on, Bo, the fact that it's almost as if, and again, I don't speak with great precision, and I don't mean to generalize, but I do think that you can argue that black people and minority people generally feel one way. They think your brother is guilty, and many white people, I hate to put a racial tone on this, feel that your brother is innocent. How do you feel that there seems to be racial sides chosen in this murder case, Robert?
You know, Geraldo, that's a question I get a lot, and actually I feel saddened by it. I mean, this is Black History Month, and the reality is that we want people to know that black, a skin color, or African American, a race, these are not the enemy. There's nothing about anybody's race that causes them to be the enemy or, quote, the other side in our minds. What the enemy was a misinformation campaign. It was a narrative that was originated by a scheme team, and attorneys and a PR man went out and spun a story to their satisfaction and sold it, basically taking from the movie Argo. When you want to sell a lie, have the media sell it for you.
Robert, I'm sorry. Let me give. I get it. Let me give Bo 30 seconds on that.
You know, we have a thing called due process. There was an altercation there. Everyone likes to make a race car. We got 2 black officers that were killed in 2003 in Staten Island by a black guy. They can't make a race car out of it. That's the problem with every one of these cases. Something happened there where 2 men were in an altercation. That's what it's about. Forget about this race car stuff. Every time something happens, black and white.
All right, I got it. Robert, thank you very much for being with the Bo.
Thanks for having me again,
folks.
Geraldo.
Thank you very much.
Stay safe out there.
Okay, buddy. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Have a wonderful week. Stay out of the snow.